Hello everyone, my name is Fernando, and today at San Diego Comic-Con, multiple different companies have revealed their Avengers Doomsday action figures. We got Marvel Legends, Hot Toys, Iron Studios, SH Figuarts. So many companies have revealed what they have for this movie, and today we are going to be looking at every single one of them. And the first figure we are going to be looking at is Doctor Doom from the Marvel Legends line. He looks awesome. The sculpting, the detailing, the paint. He looks incredible. He looked awesome in the trailer. He looks awesome as a toy. He only has two interchangeable hands, which kind of sucks. I wish he came with some magic effects. But yeah, I really want this figure. I can't wait to get him. And I am very intrigued to see what they do with him in the movie. Next, we are looking at the Fantastic Four, and unfortunately, every single Fantastic Four member is a Walmart exclusive, which really sucks because we all know how their distribution is like. But besides that, I think Herbie looks incredible. He does look a little different from what he looked like in the trailer, so I wonder if he'll have two modes, but he looks incredible. Mr. Fantastic is the exact same as the last one. The colors seem slightly different, and he has a new head sculpt and a new jacket piece, which look kind of cool. I wonder what the price is on these. I really hope we don't have to pay like a 2-pack price for a figure and a half. So, yeah. But moving on is the Invisible Woman and Human Torch 2-pack. And just like the last ones, they are reusing the exact same body mold, just with new jacket pieces and new head sculpts. Both of them look pretty cool. Invisible Woman is like a translucent, frosty type of plastic, and Human Torch is like half turned on, half turned off, which is really cool. They come with the same accessories as before, but Human Torch does have a few extra fire pieces, which look pretty cool. And now for my favorite member of the Fantastic Four, which is the Thing. He looks cool, and they finally put him in the blue sweater he had from the previous movie. Finally, they did that. Don't know if I'll pick it up, but it's cool that they did it. And he also comes with the bearded look that he had from the previous movie. It's cool they had that in because many people wanted that. Even though he doesn't have it in this movie, it's still pretty cool they put it in. And up next is Magneto, and this guy looks awesome. This is actually our first full look at his entire costume and helmet, and he looks pretty cool. That helmet looks awesome. He has a cloth cape, which is incredible, but unfortunately, he will be an Amazon exclusive, which kind of sucks, but yeah. And yeah, I'm picking this figure up. I've been having the previous Magneto movie figure, and this looks like an upgrade to me. And finally, after 20 years, we finally have a live action Cyclops in that classic Jim Lee styled outfit. And he looks awesome. He looks incredible. I love everything about this design and the figure. This is just an instant buy for me. He looks so cool. He does come with a laser effect, which attaches to a separate visor that he has, and the laser effect is also the same one that has come with basically every other Cyclops. But yeah, it's so cool to finally see this figure happen. And up next we have Shang-Chi, and unfortunately it looks like a good chunk of this figure is reused from the previous one, which I guess kind of makes sense. It is basically the same costume. The torso and arms and even the extra hands seem to be the exact same as the previous one. The only difference is that he has some tassels at the end of his shirt and he has some baggy pants. Maybe a new head sculpt, I honestly can't tell. But he does come with some pretty cool 10 rings effects, some where they're like floating above his hands, and then some other ones where they're just sitting on his wrist. Both look pretty cool. And up next, we finally have the Channing Tatum Gambit. People have been begging for this figure since like 2024 when Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and it looks like Hasbro waited for him to be released for Avengers Doomsday. Fine, I guess. I'm just happy we're finally getting him. He looks great. The likeness looks great to Channing Tatum. The outfit looks to be the exact same as previously, and he has some pretty cool like card effects, so that looks pretty cool. And up next, we have a brand new Thor figure, and he looks pretty cool. He does come with a broken Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, but unfortunately, it does look like he has some reuse, specifically in the legs. You can see there are pinholes in the legs, which kind of sucks. I wish they, even if they were reused, I wish they had made him at least pinless. But I guess it's still cool we're getting a new Thor figure. I'm probably going to pick it up still. But yeah, I wish they went pinless with it. And for the final Marvel Legends, unfortunately, it is the most disappointing one, and that is Sam Wilson, Captain America. And it's disappointing because it's the same one as Brave New World, which, makes sense. It's the same costume, but like, I really wish they went with the white costume. That is his best costume. Don't know why they didn't do that, but it's whatever. But I wish they had maybe updated his articulation, maybe with a diaphragm cut or a ball jointed waist. But yeah, this is pretty disappointing, especially he doesn't even have his wings. Why doesn't he have his wings? Don't want to complain too much because I do have this and the previous version. So, but yeah, a little disappointing. But anyway, here are some in-person shots of some of these figures, and all of these except the Fantastic Four will be going up on pre-order tomorrow, Monday. And yeah, these will all be $27.99. The Magneto will be an Amazon exclusive. The Fantastic Four, who knows? They're going to be a Walmart exclusive. They haven't announced the pre-order dates for that just yet, but these will be pre-orderable tomorrow on Monday. Alright, now I'm going to try to rapid fire through these last few because we just have so much. First is the Iron Studio statues. Professor X looks like he's in a part of the X mansion. You can see that window behind him, and it looks like he's using his powers with his hands sticking up. Looks pretty cool. Then we have Magneto, an even closer look at his costume. Also, his cape is two different colors. One side is black, one side is red. Looks pretty neat, and again, that helmet looks pretty sick. And up next from Iron Studio is two different Doctor Doom statues. One where he is sitting on this throne. The throne looks pretty cool. And another one where he is standing upon what looks like the hand of a sentinel with some magic effects around his arm. Both of those look pretty awesome. And we have one more statue which is coming from McFarlane Toys, and honestly, this Doctor Doom statue doesn't look that bad. If the Iron Studio stuff is a bit out of your price range, the McFarlane one from this one photo looks pretty decent. And up next, we have a couple of Hot Toys. First one being this Doctor Doom, which looks absolutely awesome. This is the ultimate version, and that is everything he comes with. And he has a mystery accessory, which, if I had to guess, is probably an alternate Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt. Up next from Hot Toys, we have a Cyclops, which looks pretty cool, and he even comes with the leather jacket he has a few times in the comics. And this is everything he comes with. The visor even lights up, which is pretty cool. And up next is Channing Tatum's Gambit. Once again, he looks pretty cool. The likeness is pretty awesome, and that is everything he comes with. And also, I've noticed these all come with like some sort of special ring, which is pretty neat. And up next is Magneto. The likeness to Ian McKellen looks awesome. And in case I haven't mentioned it, these are all the deluxe versions. And the difference between the deluxe and the standard versions are the base. If you've noticed, every single one of them, their base is like some part of a sentinel. I believe the standard version is just the regular black display stand they come with. So that is the difference between the deluxe and the standard version. And the last few Hot Toys we have are Beast, Professor X, and the Sentinel. Beast looks pretty cool. I love that they actually made him fuzzy. Professor X looks like Professor X. Jacket looks cool. Not much to say. But the coolest one is that Sentinel. And it gives us a good look at what the Sentinels are going to look like in this movie. And my gosh, it just looks incredible. It looks awesome. I wish Hasbro did one. But yeah, you can probably shove it into your Hasbro display. And the final Hot Toys was Doctor Doom's throne, which looks pretty cool. Not much to say. It just looks cool. Now we got a couple of SH Figuarts. First up is Doctor Doom with a fully cloth cape and hood with a bendy wire end. Looks pretty cool. Then we have Thor as well with a cloth cape and a Sam Wilson Captain America, which is also probably the most boring out of the three. And the final reveals were a couple of Lego sets. First up, we have a 4-pack of BrickHeads with The Thing, Thor, Doctor Doom, and Gambit, which look pretty cool. Then we have a Doctor Doom bus with an exclusive Doctor Doom minifigure. Next is the new Avengers Quinjet, which is set number 76347. And the minifigures this comes with is a different Doctor Doom, Cyclops, Sam Wilson Captain America, and The Thing. And in my opinion, Cyclops looks the coolest out of the bunch. Next is the new Avengers Tower, which is set number 76352. And honestly, this is kind of disappointing with the price point and the size of this build and just the overall look. I honestly don't think it's worth it. The minifigures are cool, but yeah, the price point is asking for a little too much. And the last Lego set, which is by far the coolest one, is set number 76348, and that is the Epic Moments Sentinel Battle. This looks awesome. The minifigures it comes with is amazing, and that Sentinel just looks really cool. Honestly, this might be the only Lego set I get from this movie because that's just how cool it is. And that is it. That was all the reveals they had for Avengers Doomsday. That was a lot. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And if you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I post every now and then. Don't post often. But yeah, make sure to comment down below as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.